listening to a podcast by and for fans of the San Francisco Giants with hosts Willie Dills, Chad King, and Ben Lee.
Let's go Giants! SF Giants! Let's go Giants! SF Giants!
Dedicated to the greatest team in Major League Baseball history, the San Francisco Giants. This is Torture Cast.
Welcome everybody to, wait, how do I say it?
Smooth intro, Willie.
Can we leave that in?
Yeah,
okay,
we'll leave that in.
So professional.
It's continuous when it starts, not now. Yeah.
Welcome everybody to the Torture Cast, the podcast by and for fans of the San Francisco Giants.
And
alcohol. I have not really had that much alcohol. I'm going to say that right now. I'm fine. It's just hot in here.
As Chad pulls
Elvis is creeping me out.
I was trying to cover for you for a second.
Thank you very much for that. My name is Willie Dills. This is another Press Box Bonusode. Although I was not in the press box tonight, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But of course, I'm joined by Chad King. Welcome.
Hey everybody. Giants are now officially eliminated from the West. So
Oh my God!
Shit anymore.
You're gonna start us off with that?
Well, you know, he's about to take a shot. That seems like an appropriate time to do it.
Yes.
You say that, and then you
I have
drink.
medicine right now,
I
so it's all
didn't
good.
say I was mentioning the alcohol for you, Willie.
True. We're also joined, of course, by Ben Lee. Welcome, Ben.
Howdy. If I say anything, it's going to sound really negative, so I'm going to wait until we start having topics to discuss.
Okay.
Just to be on the safe side.
And of course, we've got the lovely Jennifer Kensington Cosgriff.
Stop making up a middle name for me every time we do a podcast.
It's not your middle name?
Stop trying to make fetch
None
happen,
of
Willie.
these are ever my middle name.
It's Jenda.
Willie Fetch is not going to
Yeah.
happen.
Oh, yeah, we're not joined by...
I know,
it's
Allie's
Allie.
not here. That's
No.
all right.
That's really stupid, by the way. Everybody tweeted Allie and tell her how dumb that was, that she had to go home.
How
You know,
dare
Something
she
about
know?
extra innings and eating
Yeah,
grass.
some of that extra innings and
It
an
was
hour long
one
drive.
extra inning.
Yeah, exactly. The last time we did this, it was, what, 13?
It was
No,
four
not the
extra
last
innings.
time,
It was
but
the
one of the
third.
times. It was 13, I
It was
think.
like
13 against the Padres.
13
yeah.
innings. That made sense.
True,
It was like
that did
one,
make sense.
It was one extra super exciting inning.
Yeah, we're also joined by the drunk people over here,
As we always do.
dancing to Queen.
What is happening?
They're trying to see how high their legs go up, and they're playing under pressure. I strongly approve of all of these situations.
You should go in there and just show them all how it's done, man.
My leg doesn't go that high.
We all know
my
you're a
tolerance
pro.
for Queen absolutely does. I am all about that.
So, again, like I said earlier, I was not at the game for the press box. I had family matters to attend to, so I was a little late. I actually didn't even get near the ballpark until like the 8th inning, so I came straight here. So you guys are going to have to clue me in. I saw Brandon Belt throw to home when nobody was at home. I did see that.
That did happen.
But then I saw
Yes,
Brandon
that did
Belt
happen.
hit a game-tying and game-winning
Yes, baby
RBI
giraffe.
base hit.
Brandon
So
Belt was not the problem in that first one.
he was kind of he was involved in all of it, right?
He is
was.
never the problem ever.
Did you actually change your
That's
Twitter handle?
That is the official Jen opinion.
Can I have
now,
an emoji in my Twitter name?
I
Yeah,
heart
so-
left-handed first baseman, basically.
yes,
Sorry.
I
Can
heart
I put
lefty
a
first
heart
baseman.
instead of...
Yeah, why not?
Well, you can do a 3 and a.
You can do it. I don't know if you can put a less than into a Twitter
don't think
handle or
so?
not. I don't know. Maybe.
Try
I
it.
haven't seen anybody do an
Spell it out,
exclamation
I
point. I
heart.
think it's
Try
awesome.
it.
Try it.
But I like it
Let me
just
know.
as
Just
my name also.
try it.
There's that.
Let's see.
So give me, what were the other highlights? I know Lincecum pitched fantastic tonight, right?
Yeah, he was pretty good, except for that brain fart not covering home.
Yeah,
He was the one who's supposed to be at home.
He was supposed to be at home because
Because
Posey
Posey
went
was-
out to get the ball.
Yeah,
in the first
Posey went out
place.
to get the ball, and he
So,
had to throw down.
He wouldn't be able to make it
first.
back to.
So Lincecum's the guy who's supposed to be at home.
Well, the guy was on second, so he had. I mean, the ball never left the infield, and the guy scores from
Let's
second
be
because
honest,
no one was at
though.
home.
We all expect Lincecum not to know what he's supposed to be doing at any given moment, right? He kind of has.
If my sister was here, she'd punch you right in the mouth.
No, but
because
he-
she loves Lincecum.
We all love
We all love
Lincecum.
Lincecum.
She loves
But
him in a
he never
romantic way.
developed a pickoff move for a very long time. He's not good at holding runners on. He's not not. He's not great. Okay, literally, a small Asian woman is being held up. And they're saying, "Do it again."
Is being yelled. There's like a human pyramid being made.
Nothing good has ever happened in life where someone didn't yell, "Do it again," right?
Right.
Gotta do it again.
No, that seems like a good sign in every situation.
And here they go.
Here we go. Small Asian woman being lifted again.
Because now we're taking.
Don't worry, she's got a spotter. This guy looks like he's not had as many drinks as everybody else, so maybe
That's not true.
he's the DD.
I mean, he probably has.
He's the DD. Oh boy.
It's okay, she just can't straighten up.
Oh my god. She's literally touching the roof with her head.
The guy
Alright.
is just yelling, "Be aggressive, be aggressive," in the background.
Look, all I'm saying is they are bringing it right now over there. It has been brought
Happy
in.
Giants fans here.
All right, so
that was
okay,
solid.
this is a last place team. Can we just all...
Wait, are we still in last place?
Yes.
Yes, by
What?
half a game.
By half game.
By
Yes.
half a game and one full game.
And only one game out of third. Hey, we gotta look at the silver
We're
linings here.
grasping at straws right
Yeah.
now.
We didn't tonight though. We got eliminated, but we also eliminated the Rockies.
That's the
So,
role
like,
we are
let's
in right now. Yeah.
Take a positive.
We're in screw up your
We're
season
taking
mode.
people down, but we're taking we're going down, but we're taking
playing well
everybody
enough
down
to be
with us.
spoilers all over the place right now. It'll be great.
Will we have many more chances to spoil? We're gonna play the Diamondbacks a few more times, right? So
We
we can still spoil it for them.
I don't want to spoil it for them
We
though.
played
Like,
the
I don't want
Diamondbacks,
the
I
know.
Dodgers to be the lone representative.
I know.
It's gonna
Kinda
happen.
annoying.
It's too late
gonna
for that.
happen. It's gonna
Bite
happen.
your tongue, Chad.
yeah, I mean the Dodgers play the
Just
D-backs.
drink your whiskey
like,
and shut up.
Shut up after my win.
I think the Dodgers have 7 more games against the D-backs left.
Okay.
So
Dodgers
So
are
it's-
the worst ever.
It's on the D-backs then. All I gotta say is, wild card, bitches. We can still do this. Magic
Bring it
number.
full circle.
Magic number is 2, right, for us to be eliminated, or the unmagic number.
The elimination number, yes, it's
The
2 for
tragic
the wild
number.
card.
The
The
tragic
tragic
number,
number,
yeah.
yes.
magic number is 2.
So win out is the plan.
Just win it out.
If you
Next.
keep winning, you cannot.
Giants
get
control their own
eliminated.
destiny.
Yeah. It could be done.
Hey, it's an elimination game. We're great in those.
Mathematically, it's possible. It's all.
Are we? We're awesome in elimination games with
We are.
this exact team
We are.
almost.
Yeah.
Is it awesome?
Well,
elimination
we're at
games.
least 6-0 in them, and so
within
probably
a
got one
300
coming up pretty
within a
soon.
365-day period.
So tomorrow would be a
Yeah,
good time.
I'm actually. This is what I'd love to see.
Really, yesterday was a good time.
If we get to an elimination game and we win it, we have to tweet that we are 7-0 in elimination games. All right, let's talk to me about what else happened in this.
I think the whole
Any other
precedent
stories
of the
again?
rest of the season was pretty much set by the tone of the pregame press conference, which I only caught the very end. And it pretty much was Bochy talking about how Arias looks like a Somalian pirate. And he should have been cast in that movie with Tom Hanks. So
What?
Yeah.
So they're
About as
literally-
random as it gets.
They're talking about nothing in the pre.
They're talking about nothing. We didn't even...
It deteriorated
Is that
quickly.
We
is
didn't
that
go to the
offensive? Because I
postgame.
feel like that might be offensive.
I was
Looks
thinking,
like
I
he's
was thinking
right.
that when Bochy said that, but
Clearly, they've got some sort of
Boch
relationship
is
that
kind
allows.
of crazy though.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then he yelled out to Arias, too, in the middle of the dugout. I've
What'd he
never
say?
seen him do
Hey,
that.
Arias.
He goes, hey, Arias!
You're like a Somali pirate, right?
Yeah, and he got Pablo and Pence to start chuckling, so apparently it's some sort of
All
inside
right,
thing.
maybe it's an
so.
inside joke.
Yeah,
Sure.
anyway.
Okay.
So,
But,
yeah.
anything else?
Nothing of
What?
substance.
Yeah.
Nothing
Leg
whatsoever.
and attitude on the bar.
We now have women on the bar
Holy
dancing.
crap.
Women on the bar.
Very provocatively.
Zeke's may not be crowded.
Now it is. Now it is.
That was not good.
Just dropped it like it was hot. It was.
Zeke's may not be crowded, but
It doesn't mean it's
if
not
Miley
happening.
Cyrus was here right now, she would fit right in. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I was gonna say, when in doubt.
some
So
twerking.
now,
Some
the next
twerking is about to go down. It
The
has
next
to be.
thing is, Chad, you then have to send this photo to your wife. Be like, so this is what you're missing out on.
This is not good.
Now Miley Cyrus has in fact been.
There's no way this ends well.
There was bar twerking just now.
All right.
Yes, it's definitely bar twerking.
All right. Yes.
So sad that I'm only
So-
So hey guys,
Podcasting.
so the bar that serves twerk tales, right?
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to more serious topics.
Oh boy.
other than twerking on the bar?
Like Elvis Night.
Oh, Elvis Night, sure. Let's talk about Elvis Night.
That's plenty more serious than where we're at now.
Oh, Jesus.
Elvis
Jen is the only one
best.
who's rocking an Elvis bobblehead right now.
Yeah, it's the single greatest bobblehead of my entire life.
Is he, this is Jailhouse Rock Elvis right here.
Obviously.
Was this a giveaway tonight? I thought it was a poster tonight.
It was a poster. You had to have like a special ticket, which my friend had one and she gave it
the
to me.
promotional ticket. I
Because
got
I
you.
love Elvis.
So it's like Star Wars night where they give, well, that's actually my favorite thing, is the baseball that's the Death Star. That's the coolest
So you
thing.
have to pay
That was
extra for
pretty
these things?
Yeah.
No, I don't think
it
so.
was
I think
a
they're like,
$15,
I think they're
it was
upper
a
deck
ticket.
tickets.
You actually
Yeah.
get like a particular, like
Yeah.
it's like a heritage
Section.
night, but it's like
One
Elvis
section.
Heritage Night.
But they did have.
So basically, it's Graceland Heritage Night, right? Is that where we're at?
I'm so distracted by like babies are being had.
This should be a video podcast right now.
This
'cause
really should.
This is not proper here.
This should be in the background.
If anybody was wondering why we keep pausing, we're not going to show you on the internet. Sorry.
No, it does.
The bartender's into it too.
Yeah, she is not discouraging any of this activity.
Take photos. Are you kidding?
She is not discouraging any of this.
You
She
know,
is all about it.
it's just more exciting that way.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I assume that means that one of us should get up there.
Come on, Chad.
I'm gonna vote one of you.
Chad.
I'm well aware you
Make it
guys will
happen.
try to elect me, so I
Make
stand
it
in the
happen.
corner just in
Give
case.
Chad another shot. And
Yeah, things live on the internet forever. That is not something I'll be
True.
participating
Chad
in.
has children.
Yes.
You'll be like, look what Daddy did
And if
one
he gets
day.
on that bar, he
What
might
Daddy
have
did
more.
back in 2013. Yeah.
Dad, you
Not
were
good.
40.
Yeah.
Well, this is true.
If you get up on that bar, you might have more of them. That's what it looks like right now.
I don't even want to touch that bar now. so-
That bar will get you pregnant right now.
Right, yep. We're done here.
All right.
I'm assuming you're just.
Wait, Giants podcast, right?
No,
Giants
only girl
podcast.
here.
Let's talk about Petite.
Oh, Petite, yes.
Yeah, he's the best.
Several days ago.
Uh,
So not petite girls on bar.
Use miedo Petite. Right?
Yep,
That's how you say
they're
his name?
feeling it.
Yeah.
They love Petite here.
He came as close as any man can possibly come to throwing a perfect game. 2 strikes with 2 outs in the 9th inning.
The baseball cards smacked him in the
yeah, so
the head.
Really, Eric Chavez.
Eric Chavez.
In the
yeah.
form of Eric Chavez.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but okay, so we all knew it was going to be like a pinch hitter in the 9th, right? When you get to that pitcher slot, or was he a defensive replacement earlier in the game?
I
can't
have
remember.
no freaking clue.
I can't remember. I
don't
didn't
remember.
even notice until the 6th inning that anything was going on, and then at the 6th inning, I was like, "Oh, I see 0 hits." And
Wait,
0 runs
that
and
means
1
a
inning,
thing.
and I was like, "That's something good." And then I started to like look up what was going on, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is a perfect game!" And then I was at a Happy Lounge at a pool tournament.
You
And
ordered Zeke, so that's the
Me,
problem.
yeah, that was the problem. Me and like 2 other people started to kind of pay attention, and by the time it was the 9th inning, the whole bar was like, "Wait, what's going on?" Like, because they realized we were cheering really loudly for outs, which is
You
not
don't usually
that normal.
cheer loudly for outs.
Yeah. But there was a certain point in that game too where he got to, I think it was a 3-ball count, and I realized like, well, this is also, it's the 2-run ball game. Like, not only is this a perfect game bid, but he can't walk somebody because he's putting the winning run at the plate. Yeah.
Like Matt Cain.
It wasn't Matt Cain's 10-0
10-0 against the Astros,
through
yeah.
through the Astros. But and also he kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, the only reason he's on the squad is because of Matt Cain going down and Godin going down.
Right.
So he wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for those factors. And
At this point, he's our only line of defense against
Yeah.
Barry Zito, so
true. But
Yeah,
so
but-
he's had about 4 kind of throwaway seasons in the big leagues. Like, this guy is not. Nobody's
How old is he?
expecting. I think he's 28 or 29, 28 maybe.
Yeah, but
no
the
one's
Giants-
expecting this kid to suddenly pitch a perfect game.
Well,
no
the
one's
Giants
expecting
DFA'd him twice this year,
this. Yeah.
and he still decided to
And
stick with the team.
Well, yeah.
But his
I mean,
last
you
start
know.
was also.
Well, he had
impressive.
several really good starts
Yeah.
leading up to this.
the only upside is the only closer you can get is having a blown call end it. So I mean,
Yeah.
he's basically Armando.
Well, there you go.
Galarraga.
Yeah.
All right, so,
So-
look, a couple points about
Andres?
the play that ended the bid. If this was any other park but AT&T Park,
SBC, right?
Hunter, yeah,
definitely.
SBC, thank you. Hunter Pence would be playing straight away right field, but
He makes
because
the
it's
catch.
AT&T Park, he's cheating into the gap, and he's asked to run much further for that play. So a pitcher-friendly park probably helped him get there, but a pitcher-friendly park ended up in the end taking away that perfect game bid. And if you have
How it goes.
Gregor Blanco in right field, because clearly that helped out in that game, right?
No, I think Pence is.
You mean Gregor
No,
Blanco?
I don't think Pence.
field,
I don't
right
think Pence
center
is.
field,
I'm
and
not
center
saying he's a
field
bad right fielder.
simultaneously,
I'm just saying in
because that's what
comparison, because the Matt Cain, the Blanco catch in the Matt Cain game, no right fielder is supposed
Was
to catch
ridiculous,
that
yeah.
ball in that part of the ballpark ever.
Ever.
But I think a faster guy gets to it. Now Pence is very fast, but a faster guy gets to it. So it was basically
But Pence like apologizing for it.
No,
and,
I know, that's ridiculous.
My bad,
Just
my
like,
bad.
Yeah,
it was
just made me
just a
love him
bad
so much.
it was a bad set of circumstances, and you could tell immediately when the ball hit, he was so disappointed.
Do
We
you want
drink
more to
orders, drink
drink
orders,
with
drink
it?
orders, drink orders.
No, it was,
You're just staring at
Don't touch the bar.
no one.
Do not touch the bar.
Be careful with that bar. It's covered in
Stuff.
That's a lot of
You know, it was really.
So a few points about that I just wanted to make before we
Sure.
discuss the actual emotion of it. This is the sign language for emotion right here.
He's making a rainbow.
Why
with his hand.
Yeah.
isn't this a video podcast?
Right? I know.
So many reasons.
This
it should be.
particular episode.
So many reasons.
Yeah.
Allie, we miss you.
Yeah. Allie would be tying this all together.
Oh,
She really
man.
ties the podcast together.
No,
doesn't
she'd just look up some
Lots of
GIF
table.
and like show us
Yeah.
here. So
Remember
that's what
last
she
time
would do.
just watched the salsa dancing.
That's
GIF
all
like
she did.
9 times.
All right, so
Why not?
take me through you guys' emotions during that, because it was, I'll say that it was one of the most gut punch moments as a Giants fan in recent memory. There's been a lot of really gut punch moments, but in a season where we're in last place and we're not sniffing the playoffs, it was like one of those things where like we really wanted this to happen, because then we'd still have some, we already got Timmy this year. We would have had some really special moments to look back at.
Yeah, you look for bright spots
Yeah.
in this bad year, and that would have been
And it
amazing.
still is. Let me be clear.
Yeah.
It was still one of the most
No,
amazing
he's-
performances
One
I've
hitter,
ever seen.
complete game.
I have
Yeah,
to say,
95 pitches.
kudos to Petit because
Yeah.
he had a normal human reaction when that ball dropped.
Yeah.
He threw up
He
his
was
hands.
disappointed.
He
Yeah.
was, anyone would be. But he bared down, got the next guy on the ground out to third. And
Got the
after
next
that,
guy
he
out
punched
easily.
to the sky.
Yeah.
I mean, he just was
Best game of
celebrating
his
that.
life, still.
Complete game shutout, one hitter. He's never done that before. So yeah, he was completely happy. Said all the right things. He was not bitter whatsoever. So I mean,
Yeah.
kudos to him.
Kudos to him
because
for
I
sure.
might be throwing shit against the wall after that.
Yeah. Oh, really? And then he
said
had
he-
it. Was
he
it
cried
his
when he
wife or his
talked to his
sister
dad.
was in the stands too?
His wife.
His wife.
His wife was in the stands. Dad was watching
Yeah.
from
Venezuela.
So
Venezuela.
let's just say this though. I think in that one start, combined with what he's done already up to that point, he's probably earned himself a shot at being in the starting rotation next
Well,
year.
and he's got a
For
2.2.
sure.
He's got like a 2.26 ERA with the Giants
Considering
this
the
year.
Giants are looking for starting depth.
Well, and his
Next
start
season.
before this was also against the Diamondbacks, and he had
was
like
also very good.
He pitched like 7 innings,
Yeah.
struck out 10.
And this is
Right.
not the Padres. This is not
No, the
the
Diamondbacks are a quality
Astros. This
team
is
this
the
year.
Diamondbacks have Goldschmidt. You had to get him out 3 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you had to get some quality hitters out 3 times to do what he did, and that's. A lot of people can say, "Oh, Timmy did it against the Padres. Oh, Kane did it against the Astros." And a lot of people did
It's
say
Major
that.
League Baseball. I mean,
But yeah,
come
all
on.
Major League teams are Major League teams.
There's
But
only
this is a
23 perfect
quality-hitting
games.
Major League team.
in 100,000 plus games. I mean,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We almost
So-
had 2 of them in back-to-back
With
years.
Zito
Yeah.
coming out, with
Ridiculous.
Zito coming off the books, pretty much guaranteed. The potential for Lincecum not being back. You got to look at Godin and now Petit as potential guys
Maybe, okay.
for your 4 or 5 slots. These guys have definitely pitched themselves into consideration for, depending on what the movement
Petit
is
is-
as far as free agents. But
I mean, I would venture that unless we get somebody solid, really solid in the offseason, Petit easily at least is an affordable 5th starter who
Sure.
has shown some flashes of being able to.
Yeah, 'cause I don't
progress,
think-
pitch like a 4th.
right now it's not Lux and it's not Kickham, right? So
Well, we'll
No.
see. I mean,
No, but
Lux-
it's not Kickoff.
It's not
It's
Kickoff.
like
Yeah.
13.5.
I like
ERA.
Kickham. I feel bad.
They got
for
no
the
one
kid,
coming
but
up through the ranks.
He
for
came
next
up
year.
way too fast.
Yeah, well, nothing says Kickham can't have a solid year in Fresno next year. And
Exactly.
enough, but
Exactly.
he ain't doing it off the bat.
It's not going to be next year.
Surkamp, I think, isn't got
Surkamp, that's true,
He's
Surkamp.
rehabbing. Lux is undergoing TJ, so he's
So
in the process
forget
of
it.
rehabbing. He
Okay.
maybe partway through the season.
Yeah.
Same for Kickham. May suddenly remember how to
But I mean, you gotta think. So Kane,
maybe Chris
Bumgarner.
Heston, but
Yeah.
I mean, there's not. We don't have a lot of depth. At
Kane and
anything
Bumgarner are the only locks
right now, and Triple A, we just don't have any like depth of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So Kane
just
and
don't have
Bumgarner are literally
Do you
the
think they
only
bring
locks.
back-
They're the only locks.
They're the
Bring
only
back
locks.
Vogelsong.
Yeah,
Well, I think
Vogelsong's a free
Vogelsong and
agent.
Lincecum are both like
Lincecum's
up
a
in
free
the air,
agent.
and I
think
wouldn't mind seeing
Vogelsong-
both of them back. And
Vogelsong
then,
being less expensive is a very good chance. It's going to depend on.
but
who else is
Vogelsong's gonna be what,
interested in
38 next year?
things. Yeah, but I mean, you don't bring him back on for more than like a 1 year when you know you don't have
Absolutely.
any starting pitching depth anyway.
But this is the thing. So
Because even
if
you know, at
if
his age, he's
Lincecum
gonna-
and Vogie come back, and you got Kane and Bumgarner, then you basically have Petit and Godin like fighting over the fifth spot.
Deco Dan, maybe Sirkin.
And then
maybe.
yeah, and then
Sirkin is the outside
that's I
candidate.
think a good situation to be in, because if one of these people doesn't work out, you've got potential to move somebody else in.
And I
Yeah,
mean-
well, what about free agents? I mean, there's a little bit of rumbling
There's-
that there's
yeah.
Bronson Arroyo, who
Arroyo would be
really
fantastic.
likes San Francisco,
He would be amazing. Yeah.
and you know,
Well,
he's
and that
36
guy can
right
pitch.
now,
Well,
and
Bronson
he said
Arroyo
he
in
loves San
our park at least
Francisco.
would be pretty nice too,
Yeah.
because
He pitches well in AT&T Park.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say Arroyo having a pitcher's park behind him will do him a lot of good, because Arroyo can be.
Yeah, 'cause he's
intermittent-
good in Cincinnati.
He's
you know
not
what I
bad.
mean? Yeah.
He has on and off moments, although he's kind of been better the last year or two. But definitely in Cincinnati compared to pitching here, like yeah, I could easily see his ERA dropping like half a point. Just like
Oh, absolutely, easily. Yeah.
you know?
Well, think about Citizens Bank is kind of a. It's kind of a.
You mean Great American?
Great
Sorry,
American.
Great American is
Yeah.
kind of a
Great American's a bandbox.
bandbox, and he's a pitcher who's done well in a bandbox. He's
Right.
got like 5 million arm slots,
Keeps things
a
slow,
bunch of movement from
right.
each one, and he gets a lot of sync out of almost everything he throws. He'd be fantastic.
Yeah, the only sad thing is that Zito will be off the book, so we can't see both him and Zito jamming on stage together. So that's unfortunate.
Oh no.
That depends on
Dang
what
it.
Zito does for next year. I guess.
Re-signed him just for that.
Yeah. Give him a minor league contract just so they can hang out.
I get Flannery to be on lead vocals, and
Yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah,
bring in
would be
Zito as a
phenomenal.
special pitching assistant, because then we don't have to watch him, but he can keep
Well,
him around.
let's talk about this real quick. Does
I
Zito
like Zito as a person.
does Zito go anywhere, or does he
He's a little weird,
retire? Like,
no, he's gonna go.
He's gonna go
I think he's
somewhere,
gonna go
right?
somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, the question I think is what he's willing to do with his career at this point. If he's willing to be a fifth, or if he's willing to be a
He
long
has to be.
man.
There's no other option for
And I
him.
think he realized, he's got to realize that, because
He's
he
either a
always talked
long
about how he
relief
wants to
guy
go
or
back
he's
to
a
being-
fifth starter. That's pretty much it,
A few
right?
years back, he talked about wanting to get back to being that number one guy, and I mean, other than the playoffs last year, he never
Well,
really
good
got
luck with
there.
that.
Yeah. Well,
Last
he's
year-
gonna get
last
I
paid.
love Zito, but that's not happening.
I mean, I bet you last year in the playoffs he got there.
I'll do one more IPA. Lagunitas. Thanks.
Set me up. Yes.
Again, ordering on air. Good
I just
radio.
hold them
Good
up and she
radio.
knows what's up.
This
All right.
happened last time.
It is what it is.
Instead of ordering.
Okay, so now that we're done with Petite, which is good, because let's not think about that anymore. It was great. It was fantastic. But
It bodes
But it
well.
sucked.
It bodes well for the future
It
once
was
we get
great,
over
but
the pain
also
of the past.
terrible.
it sucked so bad. All right.
Profound.
I want to talk about something that a friend of mine posted on Facebook today, and then accused me of being defensive because I disagreed with him about, which, you know, I hate when people use the defensive thing when someone argues back with them, because I wasn't defensive about it at all. Like, I was basically making a different argument than that.
I don't know.
So
You sound
basically-
pretty defensive right now.
Yeah, sure.
You're so
What he said was that his pet peeve was when people use the term "we" when they're talking about their favorite professional baseball or football or whatever teams. Like, we won, we are the champions, blah, blah, all that kind of stuff, right? And his argument is obviously, you're not on the field, you didn't play. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, I would like to hear what you guys have to say about this, because I already had the dialogue with him about it.
This song is happening though.
Yeah.
I'm
We'll
not even
get it
listening to you
on.
at all.
Let's get it on.
We are the champions, baby. We'll get it on.
Oh man.
So distracted.
It's gonna get really interesting over there in just a
No.
second, by the way.
We're about to go there.
But
We just went there.
There's people.
We're going.
People are about to get it on.
Does
Oh, yeah.
no one else see what's
The
happening?
little Asian woman is upside down, by the way.
Yep, she's
Oh,
flipped.
boy.
She's flipped. It was pretty great.
This is fantastic.
She's now up in the air. And,
This is the best thing ever.
George Kaz vlog coming up.
Torture cast.
All right,
After
Ben, let's start with you. What do you think about
After
that?
dark.
Are you anti or pro?
On today's episode of Torture
term-
Cast After Dark,
Thank you.
we discuss the term "we" in context.
Are you anti or pro
The
using the term
statement I just
we?
said, I'm anti the statement I just said, but otherwise,
Sure.
I don't mind the use of the word "we" because it
can't look
implies
away.
engagement. I feel like it's an indication that. What is this? I can't. It's an indication that
Don't
Can't
look,
look
Ben.
away from
Don't
me.
look,
Can't
Ben.
look away.
it's all something.
Car accident.
But I mean, just the fact that people feel invested enough in, these are people who have grown up with an organization in a lot of cases when
Sure.
we're using that. It's a little weird if somebody says it and say like they've just moved a place and they don't really understand the sport yet and they're just kind of like aping the people around them. That I think look, you can read when that's awkward. When somebody says it and they mean it, you kind of notice.
Sure.
So I mean, there are times like for broadcasters, I don't like when they do it because they're supposed to have an impartial feel. For journalists, I don't like when they do it.
Sure.
For fans, I mean,
No,
that's
someone's
sort of the
covering
whole
the
point,
sport.
though.
They're not supposed to be fans necessarily, even though we know
Sure.
they are.
But you don't make a slogan that's called "Together We're Giant" and then expect your fans not to say the word "we."
Good point.
Yeah.
That's the
No,
whole
that's perfect.
No, that's absolutely.
cheerleading
I
foul.
went
Small
there.
Asian is being thrown around.
She
the bar.
may not make it tonight.
She's being used as a wrecking ball right now.
Well, she
She doesn't
seems
seem to
game.
mind though. To be
She
quite
seems
honest.
game.
Yeah. All right, Jen. Let's hear your take on it.
Okay, I take it back. She
Do
seems
you
upset
use the
she
term
can't
the
do it.
small Asian
Do you
woman?
use that?
I do,
Oh.
as a fan, yeah. And like Willie and I were talking about this earlier that like I've been a Giants fan my whole life. I went to my first game when I was like 3 months old, so in '86. So we were saying like I've been a fan of this team like longer than
I
most.
bet you remember it just like it was yesterday.
Like, I mean, longer than any of the players have been on this team. Like, I've loved this
Yeah.
team, and I don't see why it's a big deal to say we. You love this team and you follow them. And
Yeah.
I have like every article about the 2002 Giants. I was obsessed with them when I was like 16 in 2002. I cut out every article from the Chronicle. Stop it. I like cut out every article about them
Look,
and like.
people are born in different years than each other. Okay.
I'm the youngest one
Get
at this
over it.
table. Whatever.
Sorry.
But
Just
I
feeling
loved
old
the
right now,
team.
that's
I
all.
was so heartbroken when they lost in 2002. It was devastating. Like, it was awful. And
You get affected personally
yeah.
by the wins and the losses. You
So I
you
think-
live and die with them on the field.
Yeah, I think fans should be allowed to say
Yeah.
we. Like,
Sure.
that's,
I agree.
There's something to be.
Well, I mean, I agree, obviously, but I mean, I want everyone's take before I say my piece, because I already went through a whole argument.
I don't know. Do you feel like it's context based though? Like, I feel like fans will even say stuff like "we got a hit" as opposed, when,
There's, yeah, okay.
and I don't
But
necessarily
see,
feel like
I don't
that's
think that's,
inappropriate.
I don't
It's
think
just-
that's inappropriate, but I don't think that
there
that's
is-
exactly what this guy was referring to as well. And I've actually had people say this to me before because I've tweeted like, we won tonight, whatever, we're 3 games up, we're whatever. And I've had people tweet back at me like, oh, we are 3 games up? And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I am. We are 3 games up, dude.
personally,
Guess what?
I am.
I'm a
three
world
games up
champion.
on all
I
of
mean,
you.
come on.
Exactly. Clearly, I'm a world champion.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to
But-
see what music they're gonna play. Like,
It's going to get better and better.
It's gonna get
it's
better.
so good.
I mean,
So,
look,
Chad, let's hear your take.
So,
on this.
I mean, Ben's point about, together with Giant is perfect. And
Yeah, you think that the
ties-
teams are not promoting this feeling?
teams-
They're
teams
absolutely promoting it.
want this feeling for so many reasons.
Giants are
Oh,
all
so
about
many reasons. I mean, it's
fan-powered baseball.
marketing,
Like,
ticket sales, whatever.
Absolutely.
But, inside there's magic, blah,
And
blah,
even
blah.
even the players they want that feeling because they'll always talk about how they feel like they did it with the fans for the fans.
Yeah.
You can't not. I'm
Well,
sorry, you
look,
can't
especially on a
not
team-
feel
on a
that
team
way.
like
This team too, like guys like Pence and Lincecum and they're
Well, and-
so connected to the fans.
Right, in a park where we can be in last place in the NL West year after World Series and have 41,000 people that pay for a
Or
game.
the last game we went to, the fans giving Tim Lincecum a standing ovation for going 5 1/3 and giving up 3 earned runs. I mean, this
Exactly.
is the
Yeah.
kind of fan base we have. And, the players, some call it lip service when they say that, the fans really propelled us today or whatever. But during their 2 World Series runs, there's no doubt in my mind. I mean, all the fans are feeding off each other. There's no doubt that those are humans out on the field. They feel the energy of the park. They have something to do with crucial at-bats and crucial hits in their home park. There really is. I mean, the fans are the 10th man on the field.
Well, and there's a reason that so many, like, and you'll hear it over and over again from opposing players that will say AT&T is one of the hardest places to come into and play. Not just because of the conditions, not just because it's a huge
they talk
field,
about like Philadelphia as well, where like it's a different style of making it hard to play.
But the noise and the effect the
Back to
fans
Bronson
have.
Arroyo, he said that by far the most fanatical fans that he's witnessed in a visiting ballpark is AT&T. He said those fans are insane. They're
Even,
fantastic.
Like,
Which
Joe
I mean, it's
Buck
also
is
because we're just
crediting
insane.
Yeah,
Giants
but
fans for being amazing.
So let me piggyback on what you guys are saying real quick, because this is his argument was
Well,
so
you don't think there's
weren't
not enough piggybacking tonight?
yeah, exactly. We'll do a little more piggybacking.
Literal
real quick.
piggybacking here in the bar.
So this is basically the argument against me was none of you guys were on the field, so none of you guys actually matter.
Right. So can you say the same thing for the coaches or the trainer? Or
but see,
how many? Where's the line for
he
this
would
person?
never argue that, but
where would be the line?
But this is what I want to point out is that when you talk about a player wanting to come to this team because of the fan base, that changes the course of the sport. And when you talk about one team selling out every game, therefore having more money to spend on payroll, that changes the course of the team's destiny. When you talk about a team like, say, the A's, who have to make something out of nothing because they never have fans. And by the way, it was an A's fan who made this argument on Facebook today, where I'm like, clearly, you probably have an issue because you're sitting there watching this team
that's doing phenomenally.
So happy about them overachieving every single year. They constantly overachieve, and they're constantly up against it. But their fan base is kind of the one that is holding them back. And you cannot deny that.
See, like a first place team, they're like a great.
Yeah.
They're a great group of guys. Like that team is so fun to
and the
watch.
fans-
and
the
I was
fans
there
that are
last
The fans
weekend,
that are
and
there are
they had
killer.
like 15,000,
Phenomenal.
and it
Yeah.
was.
But the
I mean,
fans, the
it just
15,000 that are there are
they're
phenomenal.
fanatical.
The
They're
50,000
great.
there
But
are going
the
to
thing
sound
is,
like 25.
The city
but
itself and the lack of fans is holding that team back because they could make more money. Why is Manchester
That's a
United
good team
always
over there in Oakland.
on top? Why are the Yankees always? Why do they have 27 championships?
well,
because they have
the
more
most
money.
and the most-
Why do they have more money? Because more fans are at the ballpark spending money.
You did see
every single game.
which major league team is the most profitable this year, right?
This year?
Yeah,
Who?
the Houston Astros.
What?
because they have less.
spend
They're
no money?
they're spending less
spend
fewer money
zero
on their
money.
entire.
That's the only reason.
They
No, they're spending
literally
less
spend
money on
But
their
there is also
entire
profit
payroll
sharing,
than we are
right?
on Barry Zito.
It's the profit sharing is what it comes down to. You
That
spend
helps.
Yep.
The Astros
dirt
are going to be
money.
good. Give
It's
them,
lack
like,
of
a year and a
payroll
half,
and
they're
TV
gonna be
revenue
good.
sharing.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
No, I
Well,
mean,
they're going
that's
to
what they're
continue to
setting
get the
themselves
number
up
one
to
pick, and they're
But
going
they
to
have
eventually.
great, like their young
Yeah.
players are really good. They've
Yeah.
got like a handful
Yeah, I mean-
of them. Their minor league system is better than the
Their
Giants'
minor league system is stacked. We have
Sure.
we don't have
Every
a lot of
single
them.
minor league team they have made the postseason for the
Sure.
minor league. Like,
No, but I want to make the point that if you make that argument, there's not only the fact that you're actually wrong because the fans do change the course of the
Wrong.
team.
Wrong.
Your science states that you are wrong because the fan base does direct how a team continue. Like a team
do not
has
break that bobblehead.
a team has continued success if they continue to have fans. A team with zero success can every now and then find a way to overcome the odds, but it's overcoming the odds. And so, like, say, like the Marlins, say, like the
Like the
Astros, the A's, the Pirates,
The Rays.
the Rays.
are a
These
big
teams are like they might put together a good team for one season, but they cannot create a dynasty
one.
because
They've done a lot with what they've done.
even in a winning season they don't draw. So they cannot continue that.
The Rays,
No.
I think, are one of the few exceptions to that lately, and that
Lately.
has a lot to do with the talent that they pulled out of drafts. And I mean, the fact that they've had and held on to guys like Shields and Longoria.
Sure,
that
sure.
was a huge part
But
of how
they're the exception to the rule. Like, that's the
They
thing.
really kind of are, which is
And
really
the exception
surprising.
generally
There's no other
proves the
team.
rule, right?
They have that
So-
amazing dancing security guard too.
Right, that's
Absolutely.
Just saying.
But you tack onto that the fact that
Pretty amazing.
so you're scientifically wrong. You're scientifically wrong, but the other
You're scientifically
but the
wrong.
other part of it is that why do you care? Why does it bother you if someone else enjoys something in a different way than you like? It's almost like
You must be objective.
it's almost tyrannical to me to be like upset with how someone else enjoys something.
But in
It's the
fairness-
whole thing of like the fair weather fan thing.
Exactly. It's
Of like
the-
being
it's-
mad about someone for being a
it's
fair
being
weather
back to the
fan
bandwagon
when they're
fan.
just having fun. And
Exactly that.
why like so it bothers you that someone else is having fun?
It's the same argument. Why do you like baseball? It's the most boring sport in the world. Why are you
Well,
a sports
you
fan?
don't, I do.
Why don't you go
Yeah.
save the earth? Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Chad, you do both.
Tomato.
So
Clearly
you don't
you
count.
can do
All
both.
right.
It's true. You like
Touche.
dolphins.
I do.
Seriously.
It's amazing.
You go
But-
out and you
but
do
that's-
biological catalogs, and you come back and sit in the press box at AT&T Park.
But should people
And we
be
discovered a
getting
plane
upset?
wreck last
And
week.
what? And you out there listening, what have you done
I
with
didn't
your
read
week?
that yet. We're going back Friday.
No, but seriously, should people
Big
actually be upset by how
Actual
someone else
plane
enjoys
underwater.
something that they enjoy? It's like if you like crappy movies, right? I might not like
that's a
crappy
really loaded
movies,
question.
but does it really affect my life that you like crappy movies?
Yes, it does. Wait, no,
How?
it doesn't. Never mind.
How?
I was just saying.
I love Elvis. Does that make all of you love Elvis?
Well,
And want to watch Elvis movies and listen to Elvis music?
My parents saw Elvis in 1973 in Hawaii.
then you guys are the
doesn't
hardest
mean
group of
anything.
people to keep on topic that I
Yes,
know.
we are.
It's
Bring it
unbelievable.
full circle again.
Unbelievable.
Only in bonus.
Squirrel! Squirrel!
Don't blame me for this.
No, it's pretty much your
Bonusodes.
fault.
What?
It's
See,
the
if
end
Allie
of
was here,
It's the
we
end
would
of the
be on top.
season.
At
I mean,
Jennifer Squirrel Cosgrave.
Yeah. There's no analysis anymore. There's
Also,
no.
I hate you
No,
guys.
there's
Also,
only-
I love left-handed first base.
There's only hashtag
There's no breaking
analysis now,
down,
we're
you
sorry.
know, righty versus lefty matchups. It's just, it's all shit now.
We've been-
Whatever.
It's all shit now. That's the tagline for this entire podcast, I think.
Torture cast. It's all
Hashtag, it's all shit.
There's physical evidence
That is
No.
all
for
shit.
we're
righties
going back
being
to
better
evidence now.
against for righties being better against lefties.
Don't like bring
There's
science
physical
into
evidence
this.
for that. Just like there's physical evidence for fans making a difference in the team.
God damn it.
doing well.
That's
Science.
Just trying to keep us on topic. That's all.
It's science. It's
Yeah.
science.
All right, where are we going
But
next?
no, I
Willie?
think it's an interesting topic because when this guy posted this today, I was like, I've heard this before and I don't understand what bothers you about it. I don't understand.
I don't get it.
I'm trying to get it.
There was a
and I
great
was
Is
like,
news
this just
article about it.
just a random person on Facebook?
No, it's a good friend of mine.
Oh, good friend of yours,
Yeah.
huh? Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's an A's fan.
And he's an A's fan.
He always talks shit about the Giants fans. The Giants fans are a bunch of douches.
Now,
He's
can
got
you,
a lot of
can
opinions
you
that I
look
don't
back
agree
at
with.
any of his Twitter or his tweets or his Facebook posts to
And
see
find
if
a
he
we?
ever used a
I'll
we?
bet you I could.
You
I'll
got to
bet
do
I
that.
could.
You got to do
Yeah.
that.
It's one of those things that just happens without you thinking about it at a certain point.
Yeah.
Swing dancing happening, but also that
Swing
night,
dancing to
Greg
the Beatles.
Platt is dancing by himself.
By the way,
I literally cannot look away.
Oh, and there are some fedoras in the
That's what we call
house,
fun
so
turns to tragedy.
Just saying.
fun turns to tragedy.
That's that was a dip that almost ended very poorly.
Oh, really?
Yes, and by poorly I mostly mean to someone's skull cracking open.
And you're a master of the dip.
Oh, I'm not all about
What
technique in
happened
that
to the
situation.
tiny
It's more
one who
about
was getting,
safety.
like, thrown
Oh,
back?
she's at the hospital now.
I don't know. She had her
She
butt
barely
showing
made that
earlier.
here.
Hospital, you mean sitting at the bar, and then
This
the same
must
thing,
happen to you
right?
all the time, where people are like drunk and they realize you're tiny. Let's throw you around a little bit.
I did used to get thrown around like when I was in high school.
like, and so
I would have people just pick me up and like throw me to another person. I'm not like a basketball. Like it's cool if you just keep me on the ground.
Dude,
Not
puff,
a
puff,
beat
give
There's
her over
only
here. Come on.
one way to know if you're a basketball, and that's to bounce you on the ground.
God.
oh.
And then try to throw you through some sort of a hoop.
Thank the Lord that no one ever tried to throw me into like a goal or a hoop.
Yeah, that seems. Well, I mean, at least.
All right, wait.
Give us some time.
All right, two more things I know we want to talk about. One, Ben is going to New York next week.
Oh, so
is true.
jealous.
That's
Sorry.
going to be awesome.
Sorry about it.
Talk about it. No,
Don't
seriously,
be
that's
apologized.
pretty
Don't be
awesome.
sorry.
That's fucked up, man.
I know. I'm a
Be
terrible
so
person.
sorry.
No, I'm super stoked. I'm going to be in New York during the 6-game series that the Giants have with New York. By which I mean 3 games against New York Mets, 3 games against the New York Yankees. It's
Pretty
going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be there
Allie's
for.
going too.
Yes,
I'm
and
gonna be there
Allie's
for
She's
five
not
going
here
games.
to represent
Yeah.
herself.
I'm gonna
You
be
guys
there
are both
for.
going for the
This is
whole
Allie.
entire time?
She's
Not
going.
the whole alley. You've been represented by an Elvis bobblehead. You should be honored. I
He's
am
looking
not
up a
going to
gift
be
right
at
now.
all 6 games. I'll be at 5 of them, and I'm going to be catching one in Philadelphia because a friend of ours who's a big Phillies fan is going to be there at the same time. And I was like,
Anthony?
yep. So I was
Nice.
like, well, I have to take advantage of that. But for 5 games, it's just going to be me and a ton of Giants fans. And I went last year. It was pretty amazing. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
It's also going to be we've
Chad and I are gonna crash, so.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll just fly out there.
Cool.
JetBlue, $200, whatever.
you know. It's also going to be the birthday week vicinity for Ashley, W Coast fangirl, who's like 10 minutes from being able to get on the show recently, but didn't make it because she had a catch part. And Allie will be there as well, and I believe a couple other people like Carmen Q might be going.
Very cool.
It
out
should
for
be
the
a lot of
tweets.
fun. Should be a lot of
The
fun.
gifts.
The
There will
gifts,
be-
the
Can we
tweets.
add
I don't know if there'll be gifts.
The JPEGs.
She'll be at the game, so unless she leaves early, the gifts might be a little delayed. But I'm sure she's going to bring a laptop just for gifting because that's what she does. No, it should be a lot of fun though. I'm definitely expecting to see a couple of people that I met last year. Hopefully, maybe get to hang out with some of the dudes at Infinities. Maybe catch City Graphics. It's going to be a lot of fun. And
Nice.
yeah, and I mean just
Not do that?
getting to meet some of the fans who
Just trying so hard to open the window.
can't window.
Window
Getting to meet
fail.
Some of the fans who are from New York and who have never actually been to San
Did you just
Francisco.
lock it?
That's always fun.
Keep
so.
talking.
Yeah, I mean, well, and I'm hoping that maybe this time with another year or so under my belt since the last one, I can try and sneak in a couple interviews with people and things. But it's
Please
either way,
do so.
Either way, it's gonna be fun. I mean, it's always a good time. Yankee Stadium is really cold but otherwise gorgeous. And
Is it colder than this tonight?
on the terrace,
It will be,
the
right?
terrace level in Yankee Stadium in April was. Yes.
But
Oh, that's
in
April.
September?
That was April. September, it's not going to be nearly as bad.
Because
September
it
should
was
be
like
fine.
90 degrees.
Well, isn't September the best
tonight,
time
and
to be
then
in
I
New
got
York?
the ballpark and it was
And
like
it's freezing.
fog.
Yeah. Well, I mean, remember, you were coming
it
through the
feels
East Bay. I woke up in the Richmond this morning and it looked pretty much like this already.
Right.
Then I came out here and it was sunny for like an hour and then I had it cruelly taken away. So
It was 95 degrees at my house when I left from the East Bay to drive into the city.
It was
and then I got here and it was like 70.
it's
It's like,
probably
that's
like
lame.
65 on my side of the city because that's how it happens.
98 in Gilroy today. Yeah.
So what's the other thing?
All right, so the other thing is our next game is going to be the 25th versus the Dodgers. They come into town. So
I hate them.
It's going to be our next bonusode.
I hate them too.
note that Jen hates the Dodgers.
I hate them
So
too.
much.
We hate
Willie
the Dodgers.
We hate
wants
them.
to hate
We're
them
going
and
to
When I
use
he's
say
right.
we,
We're
I
going to
mean
say we,
me
yes.
and the Giants.
Yes, us and the Giants.
Yeah. Collectively.
It's like, no,
The
Willie's
team
not talking about us,
Oh,
Chad.
yeah, I forgot to note. So I was on the Sports Virus about a week ago.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Castellano had me on his show.
That was really good.
For about
That
a
was
20-minute
good
interview.
chat. Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. And one of the questions he asked me is, how do you think the Giants fans are going to respond during his first appearance when he comes in? No matter what the score, it doesn't
Who are you talking
matter.
about?
Brian Wilson.
You,
That was
Wait,
really...
I'm sorry,
He
who?
deadpanned that. I didn't see that.
you skipped the name.
I
Yeah.
skipped a name.
Everybody knew who you're talking about.
Everyone
Yes.
knows.
You
So
accidentally
many
applied.
boos.
Okay,
It's like a
I'm
plethora
gonna
of
say this. I think he will get a smattering of
Andre
applause
Ethier comes to the
and
plate.
a smattering of boos as well.
The
But-
first appearance, I think he's going to get some cheers.
I think his first appearance when he comes out, he will get some cheers.
I think after that, it's over.
I think after that, it's
We've-
time to
you've
when
been
he
acknowledged
gets
and
up in the bullpen, he
might be
will
some-
hear it harder than anybody's heard it for a very long
And
time.
he will love it.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be all
Yeah.
about it.
He will
But then
love
when
it.
he enters the game, I
He's
think
gonna
he'll get
enjoy
a
himself
smattering.
It's
regardless.
tough because when he was rehabbing from surgery and was auditioning for teams, he like came up here and talked to Dave Rigetti about things. Like
Yeah.
it takes balls to like talk to a team and then sign with a different team. But I mean, the Giants never offered him a contract.
No, again,
talked about it.
only
It was a
contract
real-
offer. That's
It
it.
was a business
It's one of
thing.
those
None of
things.
us at this table are mad at Brian Wilson.
Not at all.
But
No.
We are also-
I think. How
We're not
could
gonna
you
cheer
go
for
to the
him.
Dodgers? Like,
But
it,
as a
it
Giants
made my
fan-
heart happy that he gave up the winning run. the
as
other
a
day.
Giants fan, though, it is our obligation to boo the hell out of this man when he gets here.
Oh,
I'm
he's
sorry.
wearing a Dodger blue.
It
No,
just
that-
has to happen.
I agree. The classy thing would be the first time he comes into the game.
Boo Uribe. I'm sorry. It's
Well,
part of the deal.
No, Uribe came in. Actually, his first at bat with the Dodgers, he actually was applauded by Giants
Yeah,
fans.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was
Yeah,
That's
merciless.
it.
But then it was
Then
over.
it's on.
And I
Wilson-
hope it's the same thing
I'm
again.
hoping
It
Right
should
when he
be.
takes the mound,
It should be
little golf clap.
Respect,
Yeah,
respect,
golf clap.
respect.
And then after
And
that,
then we just
And
Boo the crap
F
out of
you,
him.
you bum!
so I hope they don't, boo the crap out of him his very first appearance, because just be classy.
I
Just be
might.
classy.
Yeah.
Be classy for the first at bat.
Yeah.
The first,
Be classy for the first
and
time
to-
his name is announced, and then
Right.
go to town.
And then go
and
to
then
town.
do your thing. Do
I
your
then
thing.
can't
yeah.
promise that I'll be classy for any of them.
Okay.
He knows
Alright.
it. All right. Well, you know what? You can find
I'm
a
the
way to.
least classy person at this table.
No.
so.
Well, we're
at
gonna-
this table, but in this bar,
For sure, not in
there's
this bar.
less class.
Well, it's going to be interesting because we're going to go to the
Oh,
second game?
Never mind.
They're so long.
Yeah, no.
You're forgetting
You
what
can't-
Like
happened.
they left.
No.
You can't lower the class of this
They're
bar
here
right
all
now.
night.
No,
They'll
no,
be here
no,
all
no.
night.
But we're going to be there for the second game of the series, so if he doesn't get into the first game, we might see him
For his first
for
appearance.
his first appearance in the second game. So
I really hope so.
I hope that. I mean, I really hope we're there for the first appearance.
I'm
That'd
pretty
be
curious.
fantastic.
And we will not be able to cheer or boo.
No, we'll just have to sit there
We'll
and
just
You
sit
can
there,
walk
mash
around
our
the side
keyboard
of
and
the box.
objectively tweet.
we hate Brian Wilson. Yeah.
I'm gonna tweet so hard about this right now. Boo! I'm tweeting it. Boo.
Wait.
140 characters.
Can I
You
change the
guys have the
topic?
angriest Facebook right now.
Jen, you
Change
wanna
the
change-
topic
to
really
what?
quick.
To what?
Obviously to Brandon Bell.
Oh my god.
We didn't really talk
But
about
it's
how he was the
nice.
hero
Wait,
tonight.
Whoa.
Wait,
I
wait.
was not expecting
If
this
we're
at
gonna
all.
do that, then it's time to pick our players,
No,
right?
I just want to talk about Brandon Bell because I love him and he has his own sandwich at the melt. And how could you
The
not
Melt.
love him?
Okay. No,
All right,
I
you
love
ha-
him.
Also,
You-
he was
you
in
have
an
the-
Elvis commercial.
You have the floor, Jen.
Have you had the
All right.
belt? Have you eaten the belt though?
Jen,
No, 'cause
let's
it has like jalapenos on
let's
it.
pair this
Oh,
up.
that sounds good.
Let's pair this Brandon Belt with a nice cheese sandwich and
I
a picking
love
of
a
our
good
players
cheese
for tonight.
sandwich.
Little Olive Garden,
Yeah.
little,
Some
Well,
Olive Garden, some
so
cheese
let's take a
sandwich,
little-
some Brandon Belt.
little weekend
When
at
the
Bernie's,
Giants were
right?
losing 2-1, I fully was intending my player of the game to be my Elvis bobblehead.
Mm.
And then Brandon Bell had the game tying hit, and then the
And then the game winning hit.
And this
Kinda
is
hard to
maybe,
pick
like,
anybody else
the
at this point.
first
Yeah.
time, like I think I pick Brandon Bell every time we have a podcast, but this is maybe the first time it's been like legit.
Oh no, he's
No, I think it's always been legit.
he's legit.
He's
legit.
batting like 284 now. He's had a great August.
He's
and
really
September.
he's
no.
really
Okay,
proven
so
himself
here's-
to be a major league first baseman.
Well, here's the
that
thing,
we can
after-
rely
Someone needs to back up off my boy Bell.
After
on. Up off.
he reluctantly changed his grip and moved back in the batter's box. He's hitting over 320 since he did
Yeah.
that.
No,
over a month ago.
He's made a couple of really key adjustments, and it's changed everything.
He's incredible right now.
Yeah,
So
he's learning
But
from
he
the
was
example
great
that Aaron
last-
Warren set by not doing it and getting.
He's
DFA'd,
not the guy
so.
who shows flashes anymore.
no,
He's the guy who
he's
But
consistently
consistent.
a lot of
does-
people have
consistent.
said like, hey, like it's
I'd say if
great.
it's a
Like
streak, it
one
is
of
a
the
long
guys from
streak,
95.7 was like, hey, it's great that he is good when the team is out of contention and nobody cares anymore. But he was great like last August and September.
You know what?
He was
Wait.
phenomenal.
Who's more popular in the public as a player? Bryce Harper or Brandon Belt?
By popular, do you mean like controversial? I
No,
feel like
no.
you love or you hate Brandon Bell.
No.
Bryce Harper, you
We've
mean?
had this
No, I
discussion.
think Brandon
No.
Belt. I
Okay.
think Brandon Belt is very
I think
popular in
he's very
San Francisco.
polarized.
Well, we've had this discussion.
More-
I think he's very polarized.
More
The
of the
lunatic fringe
No, I'm not
hates
talking
Brandon
about
Belt.
Giants fans. I'm talking about
The
the
lunatic
general
fringe hates
public.
Brandon
Clearly, Bryce Harper,
Oh, Harper,
is the
for
golden
sure,
child,
yeah.
right?
Belt. Sure.
Sure.
Who has better stats this year?
Is it
Brandon
Belt at this
Belt.
point? Okay.
So, I
Well,
mean,
Harper's
and
been pretty.
Well, I know he's had not the greatest year, but it hasn't been horrible for
I mean,
him.
Belt had neither until like this last.
Hey,
month.
that's a clown question, bro. That's a clown question, bro.
But Bell was also great. Like the big argument against Belt is that he
And we're into
performs
the
now
Bohemian
when the
Rhapsody
team
period
is
tonight.
out of it. I'm so distracted.
You know, every night
That-
you said
but-
Bohemian
Look,
But
Rhapsody.
also, what is that
Are you guys upset that we're not having as much fun as
This
they're
is
having?
quite a dedicated group over here, by the way. I'm sure you can hear him in the background.
I feel like we're just gonna let this run for a second.
Hold on.
Can I just take this into their group?
If you want to.
No.
If you want to get all up in that, that's fine.
Come out.
Just know you may not come back.
Exactly. See, I don't want to cross that
I have
line.
to pee, but I don't want to walk through the
Assholes.
Grab that small white woman.
Now she must be one of us.
Maybe if we pick her up, it'll be so much better.
We have decided you are a part of us. Sing Queen for us right now. Let me bounce you like a basketball.
Hey, too soon.
Oh God. We've even
This
got a lighter.
podcast is deteriorating so quickly.
For once, it's not even entirely our fault.
No, it's really not
at all.
Anyways, my point is that everyone says that Belt's success this year doesn't matter because they're out of contention. But he was great last August and September on a World Series team.
Yeah, I saw a fist bump. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, we got air guitars and fist bumps going right now.
Willie is getting this whole group to point at us.
And we have lighters on now. Lighters have been lit.
You've attracted their attention, Willie.
I know, I'm sorry.
All
All right.
right,
Jen,
sorry.
the player of the game is who?
Belt! And also this Elvis bobblehead.
And Elvis. Okay.
All right, Ben.
Twofold.
So it's actually Belt wearing the Elvis outfit in the commercial.
I mean, is that not everyone else's favorite
Actually,
thing?
before I pass it off to Ben, I wasn't at the game, so can I choose second because I don't
Yeah,
have very many
go for it.
choices? All right, I'm
Do you
gonna
want to pick all
choose.
these people singing right now? Because I kind of want to change my answer.
I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Pagan. Because Pagan.
That's what I was thinking.
he
Yeah.
three
Pagan
for
scored
five
the
today?
winning run. Had a great game from the plate.
Yeah.
Did he also score the
And-
tying run?
I don't know. It was a winning run. I actually don't know if it was the tying run. Yeah.
Did he score the tying run?
I don't know.
I think he might
It
have.
was definitely the winning run.
But
No, I think he scored the tying run as well.
yeah.
We're looking it up.
But Pagan was on
I
base
paid
all night,
attention, kind of.
and
This
once
scooter
Jen
run,
once
yeah,
Jen
basically.
showed up, so Jen showed up before you guys did, and we talked, and then they showed the replay of Pagan's
Hold on,
inside
I
the park
know.
home run.
All right, carry on.
All right.
Carry on. Yeah.
Thank you. Exactly.
They showed the replay of Pagan's inside
Yes.
the park home
3
run.
for 5 with 2 runs. He scored
Yeah.
the tying run.
So Pagan's inside the park home run, where he then goes down and is gone for most of the season, directly correlates with the Giants going from first place to last place.
Right.
As soon as he's come back, we've actually been doing pretty well. So Pagan is kind of the X factor of this team right now. If he was around the whole season, we may not be in the situation we're in right now, and we may be talking about us battling the
Like
Dodgers,
at least battling for the wild card. Who knows?
or at least the wild card.
But it's
So
all hypothetical.
Pagan has a lot of value to this team because he's the leadoff hitter we were lacking, and we were putting Crawford, Scudero,
Gregor
anybody,
Blanco. A lot of
everybody
Gregor
into
Blanco.
this into
A lot
Hunter
more Gregor
Pence
Blanco than
Yeah, Hunter Pence actually
Pence
hit leadoff a few
batting
games.
leadoff.
Yeah.
We were trying everything.
Grasping
we were
at straws.
searching for the one answer that was always Angel Pagan, and so that guy's very important to this team. So there you go. That's my guy. Ben.
I'm gonna have to go Buster Posey. He
Never a bad pick.
No. there's
Never
always a
once
good
he's
time.
been a bad pick.
These people love it.
Yep.
They love
I
it.
hate.
You
They
said Buster
approved.
Posey, and
Yeah.
they went, yeah.
They said Buster over here, bitch.
Guys,
Posey
I
hugs.
can't walk now.
Posey hugs. Let's go
Don't
Posey
cheer it for
hugs.
Posey Hugs.
Let's go
No.
Posey
I'm
hug.
empty.
Let's Posey hug it out.
You
Posey
can't.
hug.
Can I get up to
Go.
what,
But
guys, if I don't come back in like
We'll come.
We
We'll
will
send a search party.
videotape you.
And by a search party, I mean Ben. We'll
Why
send
do I
Ben.
always get elected to go through the group of the crazy people?
Oh boy.
do you
All
want a
right.
drink?
I'm good right now.
It'll be
Okay,
Ben, though.
so, which is
If you
unusual
get
for me,
lost.
I realize.
There you go.
Look for an Asian man with glasses.
Because I'm the safest one to go through this group.
Yeah.
Yes, clearly.
All right, so I got to go with Buster Posey for 2 reasons, though. I mean, one is obviously the home run, although otherwise, offensively, he was kind of on and
Clearly,
off
we
most
don't
of
win
the night.
without it.
Obviously. But also his defense tonight in front of the plate was actually really strong. Not just behind, but also, he got to a couple of very quick balls. The play that everybody really remembers for Tim Lincecum forgetting to cover home was started because Posey got to a ball fast enough to throw to Brendan Belton at first. The play that, the double play that actually went 2-6-4 umpire.
Yes.
Was
that 2-6-4 you. Yeah.
That was started by Posey getting to the ball quickly enough and recognizing that he had time to snap a throw to second, which got there in plenty of time. That was the ball in play equivalent of Posey is not having it. Which
Posey has had some of the best defensive catching performances I've ever seen from any catcher. I mean, if we can all recall him throwing out not 1, not 2, but 3 Dodgers who continue to try to steal on him.
Yeah, that was
We
really
can
this
all
year.
remember him throwing out one very fast second baseman for the Reds, which we would not have
Phillips.
won.
Yeah.
We would not have won actually, I'm going to go as far as to say we would not have won that series, period, without that throw to third base.
Yeah, that's right.
very possibly.
That was a bad call by the Reds too.
Well,
Yeah.
it was stupid for him to go there.
Yeah, that was not a bad.
I mean, it was
that
just
not a good decision.
not the right thing to try to stretch
No,
that.
it was just kind of
But-
a lack of scouting.
But
on
what
that
I'm
third
saying is
base.
he has saved the Giants in more ways than just his bat.
Oh yeah,
In
Absolutely.
many occasions. He's a phenomenal fielder, and no one should forget that.
his chiseled jaw has done it enough.
Yeah.
So.
No one should ever forget
And his
what
hugs.
Posey does.
Yeah.
Posey hugs.
Yeah.
What he does from... she's not here, so
No, I was
Posey
gonna
hugs
say.
it is.
Didn't upset Jen.
So, yeah, no one can ever forget what he does, not only from the plate,
Somebody
but,
over there's lost a shirt.
but behind the plate. Yeah.
Somebody over there's
He's a
lost
phenomenal
shirt.
baseball player. That's
Christ. Okay. I'm
Chad,
gonna go.
You gotta go with the dark horse.
Yeah.
else
So.
Which is
Nope.
probably
Nope.
not really a dark horse, right?
Nah. So Pablo was a quiet 2 for 4. Didn't do much offensively. I mean, he was fine, but his
Defensively.
was fantastic.
Absolutely.
He had 2 or 3 diving stops at third base. I
And
mean,
then-
phenomenal stops.
So no one's
Great
picking
throws
at
Lincecum,
third base.
Huh?
Popped up and just
No
fired
one's
seats
picking
to
Lincecum
first
for
base.
going 8 innings.
He's a backup. 8 innings, 2 earned runs. Pedestrian. Whatever.
No one picked Lincecum. I just want to go on the record as saying I
This
didn't
was-
watch the whole game.
This was a game in which there were a lot of
but I
very,
didn't watch him
very
come out in
memorable
the 8th
moments.
inning.
No, he was not bad tonight, but I
And
think
let's also
No,
give
but I
another-
think Pablo-
Let's give a shout out to Romo for shutting it down in the 9th inning as well.
All right.
1, 2,
And
3.
Javier Lopez.
Javier Lopez, who induced a 2-6-4 double
Because
play.
look,
Yeah.
if you can get 8 innings out of your starting pitcher on the Giants,
Oh no,
You're
Lincecum
in a
going 8
damn
was
good
fantastic.
position.
I'm just saying that
you're in a
Panda
damn good
Almost got
position.
kidnapped so many times.
Panda had 3 diving stops while Lincecum was pitching, and I just think that saved Lincecum's
Need a
ass.
Posey hug because he made it back?
Do not. Did you not see one of them take off their shirt and put it around me? As
Whoa!
Like,
No,
I
one
saw the
else-
shirt off, but
Saw the shirt go off.
I was
Wow.
like walking past them and they did this. And I was like,
Seriously.
oh God, no! And
Did
then
no
they just
T
like,
shirt get to you,
shimmied out of
but-
it and ran.
Lots
into
of
the
shirts
bathroom.
are off.
There were a lot of shirts on.
Like everyone's shirt is off.
So
Let's
if
be
nobody
real
hears
for
from
a
us
second.
again after tonight, now you know what
including
happened.
some of the females.
We're gonna
Yes.
die here
Actually-
at this bar.
2
Yep.
males and 3 females. So that's a good ratio. That's a good ratio.
We made it possible. They
Apparently,
We've been
they
given-
just
we've
said
been
that
given
we
credit.
have made
We've
this
just been given
shirtless
credit.
night at Zeke's possible. So.
Oh,
It's
I
It's gonna be a
when
regular
I was
thing on
ordering
Mondays.
my
Shirtless
beer,
night
a
at Zeke's.
shirtless girl was standing next to me, and she was like, "Hey," I was like,
Hey.
"Okay, can I have a beer?" I was like, "I like
You
your
should've
hat," and she was
said-
like, "Is that all you like?" I was
You
like,
sh-
"Yes."
You should have
And then I
said,
just looked at
"Can I
myself.
have a Posey hug?"
Well, this is totally different than Zeke's usually shutting us
That's
down.
not an actual thing. So
I just pitched a perfect game. Can I have a Posey hug?
I'm just gonna hold Jen back for a second.
I'm gonna punch Willie in the face
Nope.
for
He
trying to
actually
make.
is coming at me right now.
The voice recorder is in the middle, and we're gonna lose this whole ridiculous
This
podcast.
is like a
if we
violent
attack him.
basketball trying to get.
Dropping this recorder in
our-
the beer. It's gone.
It is in our best interest to not let that happen.
Willie
I've
is
never
bringing
seen
it
a
upon
basketball-sized human being be this
himself.
violent.
I hate you so much. I am bigger than a basketball. Disclaimer.
Yeah, it's debatable.
For those who can't actually see me, I'm not 1 foot in diameter.
Are you saying that people
I think a
cannot palm
basketball
you?
is 1 foot in diameter.
I don't think people can palm me. Is that what you just asked?
Yeah.
Palm her head and lift her up.
I'm wondering. I would like to see someone. Can someone try to palm Jen?
I don't know how I feel
Don't
about
even.
all of this.
I'm pretty certain Shaquille O'Neal could palm you on the head and
Pretty
lift you
sure.
off your feet.
Pretty sure. He'd be like, Shazam! I just palmed you.
You mean Kazam?
Shaq Fu!
How is my life? I hate this.
We said Shaq Fu and Shazam on the This is
Shaquille,
Let's
all
wrap
the
it up
things.
real quick.
Yeah, let's
It
wrap this
seems
shit
like
up.
It's going
We all
downhill.
picked
Alright.
our players. We all picked our players.
We're done.
That's it.
Well, let's go.
Everybody take your shirts off. Let's go
Taking our
join the
shirts
party.
off.
Well,
We may not ever have
When I
another
went-
podcast.
When I went into the bathroom, only one of them was shirtless, and then I came out, and everyone, I was like, oh god, how am I gonna get back to my table?
We incited
like, I'm
them.
gonna need to order a. Oh dear.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Minefield,
think-
minefield, minefield.
What's funny is when they
anything about
showed
over
up,
here.
like none of these people were acting anywhere near
I know.
this. So how much did they have to drink here?
I don't
All
want
of,
it.
all
More
of the
than
drinks.
us.
More
All,
than us.
all
All
of
of the
all of
drinks.
it.
But
All
no
of
matter
the
how
drinks.
much
All
they
of your
drink,
drinks
We
belong
actually-
to them.
We
no matter how
ordered.
much they drink, this is not gonna
We
happen.
got lucky. We
Somehow
ordered
every time
right
I ordered
before
a
they
beer, it
closed
went
the
to
bar.
them.
All
I was
right.
gonna say I'm planning to order.
Let's
another
wrap this
drink,
bad
but
boy
I don't
up.
know if it's a good idea.
If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can follow us at TortureCast. If you want to follow each one of us individually, I am at Willie Dills. Chad is at ChadK21. Ben is at Fried Duck. Jen is at I Love First Lefty First Baseman. Right? Did you change it?
Or Jen Cosgriff, but
Or Jennifer
it's
Kensington
probably gonna
Cosgrove.
be
Or the
whatever.
pedestrian
I
Jen
heart Lefty
Cosgrove,
First
whatever.
Baseman.
I heart
My
Lefty
phone
First
today
Baseman.
did autocorrect something to Lefty First Baseman.
Nice.
I've never been so proud of
Your
it.
phone
And
knows you
there we
too
are.
well.
That's
Yes.
pretty good.
Well played. Well played.
You can also find us at torchcast.com. You can find us on Podomatic. You can find us on Facebook. And donate if you want to. And like us on,
Wow.
leave reviews on iTunes.
What?
This has been another
There's some boobs over here.
Press Box bonus up.
Nope.
Really? Bare boobs?
Nope.
No, end it, end
Very
it
close.
now.
Nope.
Okay.
End it now.
And it's ending
All
now.
right.
It's ending now. Goodbye.
Bye.
Boom.
A big thank you to everybody for listening to the TortureCast, the podcast by and for fans of the San Francisco Giants. Follow us on Twitter at TortureCast. You can also like us on Facebook or check out our blog at torturecast.com. I also want to say thank you to Ashcon and Bailey for letting us use their song Feeling Like a Giant for our intro. For Ben Lee and Chad King, my name is Willie Dills saying, we'll see you next time.